Perfect.
Okay, so we are both recording.
Mhm.
Let me see. I hope so, because yesterday it says it was and it was not.
I know.
Let me just try to see if I can split the screen. You have two screens there, right?
Yeah,
I think there's not this option on the phone.
it's fine. I think we should do now half an hour. We stop and then we record another one. So we just save, right?
That's a
Okay.
good idea.
Okay, then let's get
That's a good
started.
idea.
Are you ready?
Okay, let me just put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Good idea.
And all my apps are closed, everything okay. And I'm okay. Now I just have to relax because I'm tense.
Yeah, relax. Another girl just texted me that she cannot join because it's too expensive for her and she has to be at home with her children. So, yeah.
Yeah,
But
don't get yeah.
okay, let's start. Okay, hi Vito, how are you?
uh, check my background. Everything is okay here.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay,
How are you? How is Bali?
let's go. Yes, everything good here. Weather's great as usual.
The the waves?
Waves are good as usual. I can't surf. I have to teach.
Okay, but still, you're excited now. We in 1.5 months you already come, so we decided to talk a bit more about our teacher training since the method is not quite as known as Pilates or Legree or Reformer like all the others. It's quite new, and then we thought we bring you a bit of behind the we bring you a bit of behind the scenes to see what we're planning for the teacher training and also answer some questions we received.
Oh, great. I'm counting the days here, Carolina. And yes, let's answer all the questions you have.
Great. So over the next few episodes, we will take you a bit behind the scenes about the teacher training, what we will plan, and everything you need to know about the Berlin event. So let's get started with some maybe one of a very important question. What is the difference between Pilates and BCT, all the other teacher, how do you say now, the other methods which are well known? What would you say makes BCT unique? And why does it work so
Okay.
well?
Why does it work so well? Because it's simple and it's effective, it's safe, and it's for everyone. It's a very democratic method. And it's been here forever. It's already 4 decades, and BCT hasn't changed yet. I'm bringing BCT from Brazil, and I represent the old school of BCT. And we never changed much because of the simplicity and the efficiency. Regarding other methods, Carolina, today, not only Pilates, but so many others, they went to various different ways and lines of work and variations of the same thing. But none of them has weights. You know, we have dumbbells and ankle weights. That's the big difference. We lift heavy and we have more muscle growth. That what lacks in all other methods, which are great. Don't take me wrong, Pilates is a great method. I love Pilates and I use in my classes, but it's not enough for muscle growth. To build muscle, you need weights and you need heavy weights. You can't do that with a 1 kilo dumbbell and a little ankle brace on your feet that is 500 grams. That doesn't work. That's for aerobics in the 80s. That's a
Uh,
different line of work. We lift and we lift 5 kilos and or more,
Even on
and
the
we do it
legs, even on the
intelligently,
yeah, and
even
even
on
on
the
the legs.
legs.
The
Yes, right.
the ankle weights are super heavy.
Yeah, it's not about doing a lot. You can do less, but with more intensity and mindfulness.
Hmm. And what about the glutes? Let's talk about the glutes because there is a specific target on the glutes since we're always training all three muscles of the glutes. You get the nice round shape if you do it consistently.
Yes, it's true. It's one thing in Brazil. There is always this culture around the glutes, right? So we have different names, bum, butt, everything. There's a lot of workouts that they call it like a booty thing or that, it's something based on, but there is a method which is called a butt lift workout, which is a cross workout, crossing the three muscles of the glutes, and that work creates a lift, and that was invented in Brazil, conceived in Brazil, not like invented, because it's pretty clear if you do that, and it works a lot. So every class in Brazil, every group class dedicates a good part for the glutes. That's when the ankle weights came on. Like you can work glutes in so many ways. Like you can do deadlifts, you can work on the gym, but on a group class, the ankle weights solves all the problems because we can work on a circuit format in a group in a choreographed way who brings much more experience to it. But
Yeah.
yes, there's so many exercises. We like 25%, sometimes more of the class is just dedicated to the glutes.
Then let's talk about the first experience for everyone when they join BCT and they come for the first time. It's usually always the same reaction, right?
Yes, yes, I hear it all the time. Like they come and say, well, I was looking for this class for such a long time. I'm so happy I found
Same.
it.
Hmm.
And I hear this a lot, and I have the temptation to ask, but what class do you mean? Because they can't explain very well,
Yeah, yeah.
but they felt it deep inside because they had an experience, and I know it. We deliver an experience. It's not just exercise. It's what everything what's around it.
Yeah, it's the energy of the teacher as well as the energy of everyone moving at the same time, right?
Yes, we present it in a very dynamic way, in an intelligent way. We organize all exercises in such a sequence, and we match with rhythm, and we combine them in such way that everyone can do it, everyone can participate. So you start to understand, and when you understand, you evolve and you see results. And when you do this on a group that everyone knows what's happening and you start to evolve together, it's this is what keeps people coming back, because there's always room to do better. Everyone is evolving at the same time and as a part of a group. It's a teamwork with the coach.
Yeah, I was once waiting for my class for in a studio, and then I heard the people talking. One person explained another person my class, and he didn't know that I was standing next to him, and he was like, "I don't know what it is. It's kind of like it feels like a dance class, but it's not. Everybody's moving at the same time, and it's so funny because when I see people coming to my class the first time, I see their looks like confused but also amazed at the same time. Be like, what is this? This is amazing. And then afterwards, always, yeah, coming back again.
Yes, it's funny because culturally, not in Brazil, but in other parts of the world, you are used to arrive in class and you can imagine, well, I can be on the corner here and do my thing,
Yeah.
and I will do what I can, and I will have a workout, and I will follow the teacher that is in the front and doing everything, and I will copy him, and that's it. And that's what happens in most places, right? But when they come to BCT, the teacher is there teaching, talking, and everyone seems to know what's happening and they know what to do and they do in sync. And then the person asks immediately, but how they do that? And then they start to realize, oh, they're counting. Oh, they know the names. Oh, they know the language of the teacher. They've been here before. Okay, I'm going to pay attention too. And so that's when you become present. And that's when you engage voluntarily. You just like freely jump into that to see what happens. And the more you dive into it, the better it becomes all the time. So you want more.
Yeah, and you get more confidence
Yeah, all the time.
as well. And let's talk a bit about becoming, since we're planning this teacher training, becoming a BCT coach. Um, what would you say is there are two types of people who are interested in our mostly in our teacher training. One type is the Pilates trainer or
Mhm.
already a trained person who did already teacher training, and the one who just want to do it for their self-development, self-growth. So what can each of the group expect?
Um, I have the same situation here. I have two, I do a lot of teacher trainings, and mostly are already teaching some method somewhere. I have a lot of yoga teachers and Pilates teachers. So for the professionals, for the ones that already work with that, it opens new horizons. They see it differently. And all the background that they have from their method, they can see it different as well. They see how can it fit better, how can it be more organized in a dynamic way. When you think that you want to keep a class on the flow, it seems like it's easy, but it's not. There is a science behind. It's not difficult, but you have to know it. If you want to link exercises one after the other, you have to understand some you have to understand some ideas. You have to think differently in terms of a flow of what goes with what. So we learned this on the course. And we fill a gap that happens, like I said before, on Pilates. You need weights, you need to lift, you need strength training. And Brazilian circuit training fills that gap. Now there is strength on their practice. So they can take a lot from Brazilian circuit training, a lot. They can change their classes and they can still do a lot from Pilates like I do. I love Pilates.
They learn, like, also for what I learned through BCT is that that's also what you always talk about, this understanding the transitions, understanding the method. For me, when I now go in a class, I don't need to remember the whole class I want to do. I remember three core exercises, and from there I go around like pretty much freestyle, because I think, okay, now we're in a plank, then this makes sense, and afterwards this would make sense. I just go with my gut, to be honest, because I have it in me already since teaching now 2 years. In the beginning I really had to plan more, but now that's the magic, I think, that you really understand what's important to do next, what feels right, what makes more sense for the to continue the flow.
That's exactly the process of growth inside the method. I remember when you arrived, you started to create the classes, you had to write everything down. You needed a piece of paper close to you or your phone, and you wanted to rely on it. You depended a little bit on that.
Yeah, yeah,
But in this process of writing, you were already creating inside your head. It was your own creation. You didn't have to memorize that from a manual. You created that class. In the middle of the class, you had the paper, and I let the paper there. But then you said, I don't need this paper anymore. I'm going to do it myself. If I make a mistake, I can improvise and I can change and I can still be on the same direction I was going. And then
yeah.
you realize you're free for that. And this is the best part, because what happens in Berlin with you, you have already 2 years. Now you arrive in class, you don't need to have a plan. You didn't have to spend the night before planning a class. You just arrive there, you look at your group, let's see who's here. Okay, I know what I can do with this group. What I've been doing lately, what I did yesterday, what it makes sense for me to do today. And most importantly, what do I feel like doing right now as a teacher? What playlist I'm gonna use? And when it all comes together, you will deliver a great class without a plan, because you know how to start. And from that starting point, you can start building your blocks, your circuit, your rounds, and then you know how to come back in different ways, using different variations, applying combinations, and still remain on the same work, and then go safe all the way to the end of the class. The class will
Yeah.
happen And you're not going to be tense about what's next. Am I doing right? I'm going to miss something. You're free.
Yeah. And also, this is how it like that also makes every class pretty unique. So even if the person who was there yesterday, he will get something different the next day, which uh
Exactly.
yeah.
It's always different. It always feels very different, but it's more of the same in a different way. We have the same foundation.
Yeah.
We use pretty simple movements and exercises. It's the way we put them together, the way we combine them, the way we apply variation that makes all the difference. And of course, the way you teach, the confidence you got from knowing it and not having memorized anything.
Hmm. And then also the music is a very big part of the method, I think, because in Pilates or Lagri, you have the music as more of a kind of background music, but at BCT we really work to cue to the beat. You know your playlist, you know what exercises, you know when to pulse, when to hold the beat. It's also something nice to
Exactly.
learn.
Exactly. It's very good. Like you have a good taste with music, so that helps a lot. And you know you know what you can do when you're moving. So it's kind of you can feel it. But music, it's a powerful tool to help you with your class, to help you with your rhythm, with your counting, with moments that you need to hold or have a climax or have a grand finale or start building or maintaining for a long time. So it helps you a lot. So you can, when you know your playlist or you know the kind of music you used to play, you can connect that with the movement easily and helps you to count. Imagine if you follow a beat for, if you repeat everything, you repeat a lot. I say this all the time, the power of repetition. You become very good, you know, because you teach every day, you become a great teacher and you control your method. But if you train every day to count and match the beat of a music, when you do it over and over, you become very good on that. You learn how to divide the beat. You know, you learn how to double it. And you learn how to count on your subconscious mind. You're not counting on your frontal lobe anymore. You are using it to teach to the teaching while accounting is happening on the background and is remaining unchanged. So the music helps a lot.
And it
Not
carries
mentioning
the
the
yeah. What?
not mentioning the great motivation, right?
Yeah.
The music keeps you going. Sometimes you really don't stop because of the music, you know. Some of myself included, I can't do it without the music.
Me neither. I really need it. And I see also how it motivates the people when a cool track comes and then they have to hold the pulse with a very motivational house track and they feel sexy and empowered. Like it's a big, big part, I think, of the method.
And we play loud.
We play very loud. The first time I came to your class, it was like, wow, the first time someone plays loud music, it was amazing because in Berlin, everybody was playing very silent music. It didn't motivate me at all. Then the teacher was not motivational. So I said, I don't go to classes anymore. And then I came to your class
No.
and then immediately was hooked.
We go loud, we play with the music, including with our voice.
Yeah.
We pace our voice to match with the
Yeah.
music. One. Now it's you learn that. You learn
You,
that. You do it every day. You learn that.
yeah. Sometimes I'm thinking, oh my God, maybe I'm performing too much, but it's just too much fun to talk like a bit like a moderator to the music and make the t building the tension with your voice as well, not only with the track.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
It's
that's yeah.
well, go on, go on.
I wanted to talk also about the person who was me also, who didn't who doesn't intend to teach, or maybe thinks of might be teaching, but has never taught before, and wants to join just for personal growth. So, what did you see with your candidates, like how they changed as a person when they finished the teacher training? What were the biggest transformations?
Okay. First, about people who are looking for personal growth, personal development. Like they're not a Pilates teacher, right? They want to dig more into the practice and see what happens. this is I love this because this person comes with an open mind, open to learn. Okay, she was not trained before anywhere else, so she's having a certification to see to go deeper on the matter. And you never know what's going to happen during this process because it's normally a challenge that the person puts on herself, like saying, can I do this? Do I see myself doing this? Let's see what happens with me. Because at one point, you will be teaching a group and you will gain power doing that. And that's going to be a big surprise. And the trainer that is inside of you will come out in ways of a self expression that you didn't have before. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say you are afraid of talking in public, you are afraid of socializing with people you don't know, you are afraid of having to deal socially with your image. I was afraid to present myself as I really am. I wanted to, it demanded a lot of work for me to present myself as someone that people would like. After I'm a trainer, I don't care about this anymore. I expose myself so much every day. I show myself in front of everyone every day with natural reactions. With I don't hold my words or think my words. I just say what I believe and what I think in something I understand a lot about. So that's
Mm-hmm.
me in raw. So I do it every day. So when I leave class, I'm the same with other people on the street or people I know or people I don't know. I really became, everyone says that I became more social, more, I communicate better. I'm more open. I'm not like, it's not that I'm shy, but I'm very reserved. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm a bit more open. I open a little bit, I'm
I
not
also so
stepping
thought
back.
Yeah, I also thought that I was more kind of an introvert and also very reserved and shy when I started. I don't know if you remember when you started teaching me, and I was always looking down on the floor while I was teaching. Can you please, Carolina, look yourself in the mirror, look up? And
Chin
I was
up.
like, yeah, I had a chin up. I couldn't look myself in the mirror, which was weird. Look myself in the face. It was also something new I had to learn. And then I always thought that only like with alcohol I could open up and be a little bit more self. So I thought, yeah, I kind of depended on it. But now after teaching, I rarely drink anymore. I can, as you are, I can just be myself. I'm way more confident and open. It really that's
Yeah.
the thing I'm most grateful for that I did this.
Mhm.
Also for founding
I
group, but for my personal development.
it's fantastic. If you think we have a relationship with hundreds of people every month. We relate. I have to know their names. I have to talk about things we know. They all want to talk with us. They respect us, and we are like a kind of a mentor. So what we do matters a lot to people. Our attitudes, our posture in front of our teaching, how we see our method and what we do, it's important to hold that in a very sustainable way, clear and honest. So then you earn their respect and admiration, and then they follow. So that relationship, it's a very strong bond. It's something maybe you have with one person or two, but suddenly you have with hundreds. It's a lot of people, and
Mhm.
it's amazing.
It's amazing because it gives you something back. You have every day these interactions, these grateful faces. My sister was once saying, I'm so like, I envy you because you have these interactions every day, getting back like positive feedback, which also kind of makes your day. And when I started teaching, I had to get used to it when I didn't when I didn't have class, that I was really missing this social interaction, this feedback every day from my people.
I miss classes on a Sunday when I don't teach. It's something. Where's the
Off.
party today?
Yeah.
It's so calm. It's so calm.
I know. And
Right?
then, yeah, you also told me about, for instance, the different kind of personas. Like there was also one person who was a mother who didn't have an idea what to do next with her life or was kind of stuck, right?
Yes, yes, it happens often, and there's this case of my friend Angie. She was training with me for several years. She knows the method very well, and then she sees the teacher training, and she doesn't know why, but she feels like doing it, and then she asks humbly, like, "Do you think I could?" And I say, "Yes, Angie, you're gonna do great." And then she was like shocked. Really? You really think that I can do it? Say, yes, you can do it. You want to try and you want to teach. And for the first time, she realized, can I see myself teaching? And it was a challenging thing. Like she would dare on something, she would step into the unknown big time because she has like a shipping company of furniture. She's a great interior designer. She has a family, husband. She's a very successful woman, you know. But everything she got, she kind of stopped, and she was like kind of stuck into something, and she wanted something new. She wanted to feel alive again. You know, there's a moment in your life, I don't know, in your 40s that you kind of feel like that, midway life crisis. You kind of want to
I
do
had it.
something to see
Yes.
what do I have inside still to show, you know? And I you want to believe in yourself. So she started doing it. And halfway in the process, when she was about to teach her first class, she still didn't know if she could. The trainer was still inside. And then comes the day that she would teach. And then she started teaching and she relied on the method. She applies the method like she learned. And then she see it works. People are doing what I'm saying. People are following me. And you know what? People are loving it. They're liking it. I can see they're smiling and they are moving and I keep going. And she starts to change midway the class. Her eyes was like a hawk looking to a prey. She had like a knife between her teeth and she just wanted more. You know, it's like it was crazy. And after that, she was like she couldn't express herself. And she kept on going. And what happens after? She finds a break in her work to teach with me. She helped me with BCT in Bali. She
Hmm,
opens her own studio. She starts teaching people
amazing.
in Sanur in Bali. She moves to New Caledonia and she's teaching in New Caledonia. She keeps doing everything she does, but she needs every day in the morning to teach a class for an hour and meet all those people and have this bond together. She gets very energized with that. She feels alive. She feels empowered. She feels confident. And she said to me, I'm a better wife. I'm a better business collaborator with all my employees. I'm better with everything. I see life different. And you know what? I'm super fit, she said.
Super fit. Yeah, I know. That's also
Super
the
fit.
great benefit of it.
She's not worried about getting fit anymore. She does it every day almost.
Yeah, 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 that's true. That's a great side effect. So, also let's talk about the 4 days, what the people can expect in this 4 days during the teacher training. Will they be teaching? Will there be an exam? How are you planning to structure this?
It's a progressive work, right? We start on a foundation, we start adding layers day by day. And we have the practical part. We start with a class and we finish with a class. It's not that you're going to work out a lot, but a class that shows you and gives you the experience. Then I explain in theory why you had that experience, why you felt like this, and what are the mechanisms to make a group move on that way. And then we
Yeah.
move to how you can create the classes, how you should choose the exercise, how you should sequence. And we keep on going with classes in the beginning of the morning and in the end of the day. And in the second part of the class, let's say halfway, we start effectively simulate situations of teaching parts of the class. We train transitions, we train counting, we train announcing, we train naming it, we train rhythm, we train how to flow. we train like everything that happens during the class and what happens between the moment you are exercising and then you switch to another exercise. The teaching becomes, the teaching happens when you're not giving instructions or counting. It's when you find space in between. So you learn how to find space to teach, actually, to talk about what's happening in class, to show how connected you are to what everyone is doing, how they are feeling at the moment. Give instructions to make that more efficient, to have more quality, to motivate, to add information. That's really teaching. And you need to find time for that because you have to count, you have to show, you have to announce exercises, you have to think what you're doing next. But do you have time in between to teach? You will learn to do that. You'll be able to teach. When I say teaching, I say students are learning and are evolving. You are really teaching. You're not guiding a class. You are
Mhm.
teaching a method. Students must learn so they evolve, so they see results. As they see results, they want to stay, or they're going to be loyal to your class, and they're going to bring friends. And community just happens. It's not something you try to build, it happens, right? It's people around that same idea, so it's your teaching. And that's the moment when your personal style comes out. So I want to teach you a method that you can use and you can be yourself and put on your own style in what you believe. And you will see that most of the things you will see, you already believe, but you haven't them together. Now you have them organized. Now you can access what you need in a way that you can deliver a class. Everything that you believed as a Pilates teacher, as a yoga teacher, or just a fitness fanatic that's been to many classes, you will see that more clear, explained, and with the method that you can rely and use.
And then also like before we will have a little workshop where you will also do a super session for the people who don't want to do the teacher training, who just want to really experience the method, teach by you yourself. And then if the people are interested and decide spontaneously and we still have spots, they can still join the teacher training, right?
Yes, through the workshop, it's a great opportunity to go on a little immersion on the method. We're going to have a complete class that takes 70 minutes, but also I'm going to go around everything around Brazilian circuit training from history to what's the method, but general information. Let's say it's a tasting menu to
Hmm.
see if you identify, if you connect. And I'm sure everyone will because it's like it goes like a magnet because you one thing brings to another and you leave. I think most people will leave the workshop trying to figure what's next, very interested in what's next, how we do this. Show me how this is in practice because I like the theory that I heard today. I like the story. So on the workshop we're going to tell the story. We're going to give you a big tasting on a nice class. It's called a super session. It's a complete BCT class.
Yeah, because it's still a method not everybody knows. So if you do the teacher training, you will be part of something very special, which is just at as which is just getting started, actually.
Yeah, it's the beginning. I'm impressed like why it's not there yet. I'm not talking about Europe. I'm talking about America, Australia, and Asia. Uh, it's just because we had like such a big explosion on yoga and then on Pilates, and it went in so many different ways. But I am sure if I would buy stocks of this method, I would
Yeah.
invest on that because it has everything to be, especially for women, Carolina. This is the perfect method of what women needs. So I see as it's the future, and I always thought it was. It's I'm still impressed how it's not more spread. That's why we are starting to do this, and it's great that we can start it in Berlin.
Yeah, because like Rio and Reforma is great, but you need the muscle, you need to build muscle for the longevity. And
You need
especially as,
weights.
yeah, we need weights, and the glutes are also the most important organ, most important part of the longevity, of our longevity. If you have
Exactly. You
strong
have to
glutes, you
think.
have strong hips, you have strong legs, and this is so important for getting older.
Yeah, you wanna if you talk about longevity, especially for women, you have to look at bone density. You have to look at maintain your muscle mass and stay active in doing something that you like, that is dynamic. It's not just do anything. It has to be something that you are willing to do a lot for a long time and not stop. So the best method is the best workout is the one that you do, right? And if there's something that you do for different reasons, it might be the music, it might be the group, it might be the community, it might be the teacher, so you do it, and that's what's important. It's not because it's just a trend, it's because
Yeah,
it ticks all the boxes.
yeah, it's not a trend. So
It's not a
then
trend.
it's not a trend. Then let's talk about why Berlin is special and what you want the participants what the participants will leave with after the training. Because it just doesn't stop there after the training. We will have mentorship, ongoing mentorship afterwards.
Let me see.
And
You're
now we
gonna
have
ask me the
no, yeah,
questions
like
you.
when that like we have to talk about it doesn't stop after the training now. Like there will be mentorship afterwards. You have to talk about this. That for you the
Okay.
training starts after the training.
Uh-huh. Okay, ask me the question. I'm gonna
So
wait.
what happens after the training? They get the certificate, they're done, they have to, I don't know, go and build their own if brand, teach the classes, they're completely alone.
Oh no, not at all. That's when the big work starts, you know. I want to support, we will support them all the way to launch the classes, to promote them, to keep them updated. I am available for a call or to send anything that I'm doing. The trainers will participate on the BCT network. Everything that would be happening, they will be into that, you know, they will be participating. And let's say I need help to launch my class. How do I do? How much I don't know how much I charge. How is the packages? How should I make a program? Should I present like this? Should I make arms day, legs day? I will, no, you shouldn't do like that. You should do like this. This is what works. I am ready to transfer all the knowledge, all the background I have to the new trainers. So all the experience I have in 15 years of teaching, and that means the business of teaching, not only the method, I want to be there for them. And of course, support promoting, support visiting, support having students from them in Bali and make this exchange, Bali, Berlin, Bali, Paris, Bali, wherever they will be teaching, there is gonna always gonna be this exchange because we want to give and add value to all the trainers. Okay, I am a certified trainer on BCT. I have this new method. It's nice. It's from Brazil. It's the but. What else? Well, this class is happening for 15 years in Bali. There's women from all over the world, different backgrounds, and they do actions all over the place. There are challenges, there are events, there are teacher trainings, and I keep you on the loop. I keep you on everything I do and give you exposure. That's we help each other. We will be a team, right?
Yeah.
It's not a one. This is not a one man show, and we need help on every like. And I'm super happy to be in all the way in this journey with everyone that does the teacher training.
Yeah, and if they are in Berlin and if they want to teach at Roubaix, they can already start right away teaching at my studio, which will be the best practice anyways. to teach right away after that.
That's the dream job. I want to work for you too.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about male teachers. We haven't got male applications yet, but I would love to have like one male teacher because for me it was very special when I joined your class the first time because usually the teachers are all female, but it had a different kind of energy being taught by a man.
That's true. That's very important because there is a big gap today, Carolina, in teaching. There is not a lot of male teachers that teaches women on group classes at least, and I see all my students, it's something they value. I don't know, it's something they prefer. And
Mm-hmm.
the level of
Awesome.
connection it's larger. I don't know how we connect better. Me being the only man in the room, sometimes we have men, and I love when I do. But it's mainly a women's practice. It's great for men, but it's mainly the attendance. It's mainly women,
Yeah.
and I stand alone here in Bali as one of the only trainers of group classes. All the others are girls. So for male trainers, that's a huge opportunity, and it's an empty space there. If you are a trainer and you like to train groups, you go train women. That's
Yeah.
yeah, super important.
And then we have the final questions, which I wanted to ask you.
Mhm.
Maybe let's start with what you wish everybody will remember after these 4 days of coaching or of these 4 days of teacher training.
Oh, you changed the order.
Yes, sure.
Uh, okay, ask me again.
So, if every participant only remembered one thing from these 4 days of your teacher training, what would you want it to be?
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. They're gonna immediately think it was much simpler than I ever imagined. And somehow I truly believed before in what I learned. So this is gonna, I already knew that somehow, and this is what I believe. And it was more simple. And now I got it.
And what about the people who think maybe this is a question that just came to my mind? It's just easy, it's just strength training with Pilates, and it's just like Pilates with strength. What would you tell these
Not
people?
at all. Not at all. It's not Pilates with strength. It's strength training.
Yeah, but
It's
what
old
what is the
school.
different? Oh, yeah, it's strength training, but what if they say I don't need a teacher training for this? I can just do strength training in class.
I think they can't. I
Okay.
think they can. Otherwise, everyone would do it. Nobody's
Yeah,
doing
true.
it.
Yeah, true. So what's one lesson coaching has taught you about life?
Ah, okay, ask me again.
What's one lesson coaching has taught you about life?
Oh yeah, it's not to be afraid of people, to be comfortable showing myself exactly as I am.
Great. And what makes someone an unforgettable coach?
What makes someone an unforgettable coach? Let's see. When a coach can deliver a true sensorial experience, that creates a bond of trust, of mutual respect, of admiration, and genuine connection. It means it's not just about the training, it's not just about the exercise, it's about when they believe that's right, they feel that is natural to their body. Their body understands, their mind understands, the brain says, yes, that's it. And that creates that bond. So you can have you can be a great you can have great skills as a teacher. You can know all the exercises. You can know the anatomy. You can, have courses and courses of biomechanics and explain in technical terms and words everything. Still, you are not a good teacher. People don't like you, don't like your energy. You don't create that bond with the students that say, okay, we are together within this same idea and we are going to the same direction and we evolve together. And that coach is showing me the way. On top of that, I love her energy. I love her voice. I love the way she says things. I love her enthusiasm. I love the way she moves. I love her playlists. I love these exercises. I love everything that is around her, which is this beautiful community that I identify so much. It means everything comes together if you have that. You attract all these things, you know
Hmm.
but if you don't have that bond, you can have great skills and study for years. That will not happen. You
Yeah.
have to be natural, you have to be yourself, and that happens when you are free to create, when you can really express yourself in a very clear way, in an honest way that everyone believes. They will choose to follow you. You can never impose that. They will take a conscious decision to go where are you going because they believe in what you're doing. And that makes a great coach if you believe on that coach.
And what do you think they underestimate mostly about coaching?
Oh, that's a very good one. That's a very good one. What they underestimate, it's what can happen afterwards. The personal growth, the improvement the improvement on your own training, and the many opportunities that will appear out of you never thought they would appear. Suddenly you become a coach. The wellness industry is so wide and big today in so many ways that you will not imagine what could work. Like maybe being a coach on your own company can show you something. Maybe being a coach, you as a coaching person that coaches professionals in many areas or different industries, or you working on different fields like fashion, like photography, like there are things happening, there are events, there are retreats, there are brand associations, and you can also teach on a studio, of course, but you can also have your own brand, and that brand can become so much than just only a fitness class. Sky's the limit. And you never know what door will open when you change as a person, because you will change. You will become more confident and sociable and more connective with people, because you will deal with people. You will not deal with certain people. You will deal with a lot of people, different people, and people are different. And that will help you in so many ways you can never expect. So it's a surprise. And if you want to take that leap of faith, I think it's something is around the corner for you.
Yeah, it's also something that happened to me, and I think also happens to all of your candidates when they join a teacher training, that at some point it clicks and then they're like, oh my God, like I can do so much more. And you have like thousands of ideas, like so much that you always, like, for instance, with me, you said, Carolina, slow down, step by step, because yeah, it opens a lot of doors and opportunities. And yeah, it,
It opens horizons somehow at some point after you are able to teach. You see things that you were not seeing before.
yeah, 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 definitely.
Hard to say.
And also
I
since the
one
method, yeah, since the method is something nobody does yet, or very few people, there's so much more to go around. It's just not that not a Pilates teacher, but there is a lot of possibilities, being one of the first BCT teachers there and helping growing this method in the world.
Yeah, there is one thing when you're when you're starting a business that everyone should think before. What is my comparative advantage? Why they will do with me and not with the person around the corner? What do I
Hmm.
have that no one has? You need something different. I have a strength training method that is related to muscle growth. There is the butt story. I don't know what it is, but we know it's a different thing. It's a choreography. There is music. There is the body history. There's the Brazilian history. There is a story. There is a rich story behind BCT. And when you say, okay, I teach Pilates, what else you can say about Pilates? It's Pilates.
Uh,
That's it. You know, what is BCT? I've been to Bali. I did the teacher training. I met Roberto. I know the founder. This comes from Brazil. It started late 80s. Still today is the same. It's a big thing in Brazil. We work together in the rhythm of the music in a choreographed way. The energy is amazing. There is music. There is strength training. There is flow. There is yoga inside. There is Pilates inside. The person, wow, I want to see something about that. And there's the marketing thing about the butt workout. People want to say, oh, I heard this before. I want to hear
yeah.
more about this butt thing. I don't like this a lot. I wanted to say Brazilian circuit training, it's a full body workout. But when you say there are glutes involved, the ears open. Say,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I wanna hear more. So
I
let the
know.
marketing work for you because it's true. We focus on the butt a lot.
Yeah, you can take this as an advantage that nobody knows it, but I think for some people they that are for me, I love doing something not everybody does. And I always want to be the first mover and trying something out that is not that known or not that ordinary or average. But I think some people could be scared to learn something that is not that popular yet because they don't trust it. So that like what can you tell these people?
Uh, I don't know what I can say. From what I know that some people lead and some people follow. You have to ask yourself who you are.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. I think we're done. We have everything. Do you have anything you want to say or ask, which we didn't talk about now and did yesterday?
Let's make a quick break, check if we have the recordings,
Yeah.
and then we come back for I have a little bit. If you
Okay.
have time,
Yeah, I have
we
time.
can talk a little bit we can go freestyle a little bit and maybe we can use that as some funny thing or some just
Good
to make
idea.
it richer. But let's
Okay.
check what we have so far. Let's
Okay.
give it
I stop
a
it.
10 minute break, okay?
Okay, great.
Okay, I'll see you
Ciao.
soon.